back to the Berg Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. With me today is Ford.
Hey, how's it going?
And Dan.
Hey, everybody.
And I was thinking about this over the weekend. Did either of you watch any golf this weekend?
A little bit.
Okay. I didn't watch any. It was just a crazy weekend. But see the interview with
Shambo.
No. Shoot. I just lost it.
Scheffler.
No, they were asking him about the Philly cheesesteaks.
Oh, no. Homo or one of those?
It was, I want to say Spieth.
Okay, Justin.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Jordan
Spieth.
Spieth. Justin Thomas, JT.
Yeah. Or maybe it was Thomas. Maybe it was Justin Thomas.
I saw something in an article about Thomas saying something about it maybe, so maybe that's the same thing. I didn't see the actual interview.
I was trying to like remember in my head, but we were talking about food before this started, and they were asking him like, so what'd you think of the Philly cheesesteak? Right. And it's like you go all these places. I'm sure that these guys eat in some like pretty nice places, right? They see a lot of different golf courses, a lot of really nice places. And they're like, what'd you think of the cheesesteak? And he's like, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. He's like, you can't compare it to anything. It's Philly for a reason, but it's fantastic. And it made me think about pizza last week. So we had Gentili's last week.
Yeah, we had Gentili's last week, which is I
still haven't had their steaks, but I've heard they're awesome.
They are awesome. Their steaks are good. Yeah. They're huge. It's way more. So when I went to pick the pizzas up, right, and Ford and I talked about where we'd get them. And I said, I like Gentili's. You guys have had it. You like Gentili's. I was like, it's a drive, but I can go back and get it. And so we decided to do it. And I walk in, and Brian, don't they have my cheesesteak pizza that I always want? That's never there, right? Like they got to have it. Because I won't order a whole one. That's just I can't. I'll eat the whole pizza. It's not.
Did you order 4 whole ones for that event?
Those were the hanger steak one, which is like mildly different from the plain cheesesteak one. And so I said to the guy, he was like, I said, I'm picking up the pizzas. He said, okay. I was like, and I said, how are you going to have the cheesesteak pizza now on the day I'm not ordering pizza? He was like, well, then you got to have it. I was like, I can't buy 15 pizzas and also eat pizza while I'm here. And he like throws it in the oven. He was like, no, you definitely can. Your pizzas aren't done yet. And I ate the pizza before I ever left. And it was a giant, he didn't even like cut it. It was like 2 slices at least. But yeah. And so my buddy Grant, actually, who we had the ice cream truck here from Maggie Moose.
Maggie Moose.
Right. So Grant owns an ice cream truck and he owns a pizza place, Giovanni's, which I feel bad about because it's about a mile, maybe a half a mile from Gentili's. So I drive by Giovanni's to go to Gentili's. But Grant told me it's the flour. He said they use a certain flour that's like a higher, different grade of flour at Gentili's, and it's why the pizzas are a little more expensive. But it's why, because there's nothing special about the oven, right? Like,
right.
I feel like when you go to some places, you like to have the brick oven, or they have the coal fired, or all these. There's nothing special about this oven. It's not the oven; it's the ingredients of the pizza in it.
Yeah.
It reminded me of when I was in Barcelona, and when I went to Spain, and you could go anywhere, right? And this is so me. You could go anywhere. You could eat at lots of fancy places. There was this place, Don Julio's, a pizza place. It was the best pizza I've ever had. Like, it's much better than Gentili's.
Really?
The crust was just so...
Don Julio's?
Yeah, but it was so different.
I thought it was some kind of margarita. I was like, what's he talking about?
Taco joint.
Yeah. No, and it was a pizza place, and it was delicious. And same thing, they said it's the flour. Now, they did have, like, this giant brick oven. But it's one of those things, when you have, we could talk about food all day, Ford.
But when you go back to the cheesesteak, right? How many, I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I'm outside of this area, I'm not ordering a cheesesteak.
So,
especially when it says Philadelphia cheesesteak and you're like in Charlotte, you're
There's
like,
zero chance.
There's
zero chance.
Like, I'm going to be disappointed by this thing from day one. We were in Vegas or somewhere. We were somewhere and you ordered something, but it was Chicky and Pete's. We were somewhere and there was a Chicky and Pete's.
So I did it on purpose. I wanted to see if Chicky and Pete's could recreate the cheesesteak elsewhere, being that they should know how to do it, and they did not.
Well, because I was actually thinking,
it was the roll again.
You talk about the golfers, right? And like, they can't just go to D'Alessandro's. They can't go to those places because they're working, right? And I actually was at their facility the day after, and they had their signs up. Like, these guys are, most of them. Some of them look like me, but most of them look like athletes. So they're talking shakes. They're doing they're not eating the
Well, you know what they
local
had?
delicacies as much. So it's like, okay, did someone make them? Because if they're doing like DoorDash, you're not getting the full experience of what a cheesesteak is.
Wasn't Gazzo's or whatever, the place out of Pottstown that's become real popular. They sell out like every day.
Did they take them an order of them?
No, they were there. I think they were the on-site cheesesteak place at the tournament. I'm almost positive that I'm right about that. Because I mean, the roll is the thing, right? Like, I mean, there's different ways. You can get the steak real thin. You can get like the thicker cut of, when they're cutting the steak a little bit thicker. But the roll is what like makes it. Ironically, one time I was in New Orleans.
Oh, it was a cheese whiz.
Well, I don't know what is in the cheese whiz.
I'm not a whiz.
Not a
guy.
whiz. You out on that? Now, what about the
I'm not
peppers?
a traditionalist in that way. So
what about the peppers?
I like the long hots.
Well, so down at the two in South Philly, they have these like, they call them cherry peppers or whatever they are. They're I don't know, about the size of like a golf ball, really.
Yeah. But
the other day I had someone ground those up and put it in like a spread. Mm-hmm. So that way, like, cause usually like bite the end of the pepper off, the juice just like,
runs
falls out.
Yeah.
So they made it
like
into a spread, and they put it on the side. And I was like, now that's a new way to add to
cheese,
it.
I'm not a cheese whiz guy, but that cheese whiz that they use at I go to Pat's. Like we've talked about this, right? Like
sure.
Historically, like my family went to Pat's from when they lived in South Philly, so I go to Pat's. But whatever's in that cheese whiz is just, it's almost addictive. Like it's dangerous. I don't even like cheese whiz, and I'm like, oh man. And then it makes you want more and lots of other stuff.
Yeah.
But for one time I was in, it was in New Orleans, but I don't actually think I was in New Orleans. I think I was likely in like Franklin, somewhere between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. And we went and we were at this like dive bar playing like, what's the music?
Waylon Jennings or something?
Yeah, like country music and also Zydeco like style music. And they were supposedly, they had like the best cheesesteaks right down there. And so I said, like, I ordered a cheesesteak and the waitress said, "You're from Philadelphia," from my accent. And I was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, you don't want to order the cheesesteak. And it said
don't do it.
Like they were, it was so ridiculous because it said like, our cheesesteaks are great. Philly cheesesteaks are great. And I tried to order it. She was like, yeah, don't order that cheesesteak.
Yeah.
You're going to be disappointed.
Well, and I don't like when like regional areas tried to put their own twist on the cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, come like
a Baja cheesesteak. It's like, no, it's not how it's supposed to be.
It's a thing. It's a very specific thing.
Yeah.
There are variants of it, but they're all so similar that
Well, I mean, like think about what a deep dish pizza is Chicago.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, you got New York can have the deli sandwiches as one of their main things.
Yeah. Oh, they're delis.
I mean, you're trying to think like bagels, kind of like that type of thing. A lot of areas are
Best
such a mishmash.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Are a mishmash because as people move around, like you think about the migratory patterns of people nowadays compared to previously, like it's so changed. Like there might be a guy that used to run a pizza shop in Pottstown that now is in South Philly or South Florida, just because of all the logistics. But then you wonder if it is nature versus nurture. Is it actually the product? Is it the person doing it? Because I mean, if you look at those places and, all they are is flat tops and, the steak meats. I mean, a little secret about the restaurant industry. There's 3 companies that provide everything to everybody.
It all comes from the same place.
But it's I mean, I genuinely believe it's the bread, like the rolls. And so what I've actually heard, I don't know that it's true, but I've heard this from a few different people, is that it's the water. And Ford, I said it for you.
Yeah, water.
It's the water here is like mildly different. And so the makeup of the water is what makes the rolls different in this like general area, which it can make sense. It's the reason that if we went to Jersey into the like Pine Barrens and we loaded out like, 30 yards of that soil and brought it here and put it inside of a raised garden, you could technically grow Jersey tomatoes here. Like the reason Jersey tomatoes taste the way they do is because of the soil there. Now, once the soil stays here, it would change because you'd lose the acidity of all the pine trees and the salt water and everything else.
Sure.
But that's why they taste the way they do. So there's a lot of things like that.
But how much also is it like the surrounding of it too? So I have a great example. There's this place in Florida when I get to go down there that I always go to. It's a Tommy Bahama restaurant type place. Well, the other week, Tamara was all excited. There's a Tommy Bahama restaurant now in King of Prussia Mall. So, and she knows I really like it because I always like every time I go down there, that's one of the places I have to go. Like I stop there, have my dinner. And so like, we're having the same food, but you're in the middle of a mall versus like being on a street corner with like, it's just like how much of it is the environment versus, I mean, how much is it on the cheesesteak standing out in line at 2 a.m. versus, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you kind of get to that point because like we all talk about it that there's cheesesteaks that I think are better than the most famous brands.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But if you're bringing somebody in from out of town, you're taking them to the famous place because that's what they've seen. It's not about the sandwich.
You know where the place is and I don't know that. I imagine you've been there, but have you ever been to Reading Terminal Market?
Yeah.
Like Reading Terminal is like you could live in there. I mean, you could just never leave. You would never have to.
You probably wouldn't fit out the door
for the rest of your life and never leave the Reading and be fine.
Yeah, right.
It is. We took Elizabeth there one time. Elizabeth and Brandon. They're from the South. They grew up in Virginia, live in Georgia now. And she still talks about it. She was like, you took us to this place. And like, when she talks about it, it's like the Wizard of Oz. She was like, just everywhere I turned was another thing that I had like heard about or had, but never had. And it's, this is an amazing area to live for food. You know, when you get between Baltimore, New York, and Philadelphia, and, you know, in that general vicinity, there's so much available to us that is just different and fresh with all different ethnic foods. You know what closed the other day, Ford?
Huh.
Is I saw it and it made me, I was like genuinely sad about it when I found out. So in my opinion, the best donuts in Ocean City are Kathy's. Kathy has these cream donuts.
She's only open from 1 to 2 p.m. on every other Friday.
She opens at 7, but she's going to close as soon as she's done, which could be any time.
8:30, could be 11.
8:30, it could be 11. She'll probably stay open till 10 with like one cookie just because she's got to clean up. But she's got these cream donuts. I brought them back. And it's not the same when they got to travel for a couple hours when I bring them. But so Kathy bought the bakery for the recipe for that donut. And then the guy that had it before Kathy bought it from a girl, Jennifer, who was one of the McMillans. And McMillan's closed. And so as soon as I saw it on the news, I was like, McMillan's closed. That's the end of those donuts. And they panned to this humongous line and the guy in the line, and all of a sudden it's the cream donut. And I said, Aaron, I was like, how many years have I said to you, that's the donut? It's McMillan's cream donut. Yeah. And it's like one of those things, it's a cream donut. Like it's a recipe, right? But to Ford's point, there's something about, going there and getting maybe it is just as good other places, but
the nostalgia of it.
I think that's got to be a part of it, right? The environment, the memory that you associate with it. Yeah. Yeah, the people.
Termini's is another one.
Yeah. Well, Termini's, but all those places.
Isgro's.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's interesting too, because all of its transition, like you go down to the Italian market and it's not the Italian market anymore. And like, that's part of life, the transition of it. But at the same time, like, oh, that used to be the butcher shop. Well, he retired and closed up, or, that's where we got our turducken for Christmas, or, those things. And like, they don't exist anymore because time happens. But, there's certain things that you're like, the memory. And then you're like, was it really that good? Or did like over time, did the memory somehow magically like, improve upon it? I mean, or you try and recreate it and it just doesn't happen the same way. There's a salad that we all like.
The 1905 salad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When the three of us like a salad, that's a good sign.
It's a good salad.
It's supposed to be a good salad.
Yeah,
might not be the most healthy salad.
It's probably not
salad.
the most healthy salad.
Not a healthy salad, but it's a good salad. Yeah.
Was there stuff from California that like you had out there was not?
That was like specific to the area. I mean, we ate a lot of Mexican food.
Okay.
And I
envisioned tacos and stuff like that just because.
Yeah, I envision like street tacos could be like unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, there's like street tacos, especially like along the beach, like the little street taco shops.
The Mexican street corn is so good.
Yeah, it's really good. There aren't things that I remember that are like specifically regional, though. I mean, like the Mexican food was fantastic. Especially like around the beach, like the little burger joints were really good. There was a little place we used to go to called P&B Burger, and they had like the messiest, biggest cheeseburgers you ever saw, but they were fantastic.
The messier, the better.
And they would do like all kinds of weird stuff, right? Which was fun. But I can't remember like there weren't like
it wasn't like if you fly back there, you're gonna go to that one spot.
Yeah, I mean, I took like when we get close, I take the boys to like In-N-Out Burger and stuff like that, just because like that for me growing up, like the memory of like we didn't go to McDonald's, we went to In-N-Out, and it's essentially a fast food burger joint. But
I will say that was one of the places that I was looking forward to a lot. And then I went to a couple of them in like Vegas because I guess it's like this as they came.
Yeah.
And I must either not ordered correctly or something happened because it didn't. like people talk about it's like a cult following for In-N-Out Burger out there, right? Like everyone's like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do like order this special thing or whatever it was, and it didn't pop. So I either must have ordered wrong because I mean the way people talk about it, there's got to be something about it that I just missed on the intake because I was like, okay,
no, you didn't miss it. I mean, it's like
it's a good burger joint, but it's not like I mean. Yeah. I've heard of people that like fly out West Coast just to have an In-N-Out burger.
In-N-Out burgers? No, I can't imagine ever doing that. I mean, it's
if you're there, you're going to go to it, but you're not making a special trip.
Right. Like it's somewhere between like McDonald's and Five Guys, right? Like, and it's definitely better than McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and all of those. 100%.
I think it's closer to Five Guys. I think that's a good thing.
But it's less variety than Five Guys. So like they don't give you like, hey, do you want it all the way with 11 different vegetables? Like that's not the In-N-Out thing. But
well, you know what I think it is too though is we like part of this is we have to remember that there's been this development over the last maybe 10, 15 years of all these restaurants that are better versions of fast food. Right, like Five Guys, Shake Shack, Chipotle, Elevation Burger, like Chipotle. Right, like Chipotle is a better Taco Bell, and I don't mean that as an insulting way to like. When we were growing up,
healthier version, or
I'm just saying, like when we were growing up, if you were gonna go to like a fast taco place, it was Taco Bell, which was probably Taco Bell was like Mr. Bell's taco place in California or wherever it started. Like it was probably really good when it started. Yeah. But at the end of the day, everybody still has like a guilty pleasure late at night to get Taco Bell, but it's not Chipotle. Like they're different things. And I think if you remember, In-N-Out Burger would have happened before any of that. So In-N-Out Burger compared to McDonald's, well, that would be, and not McDonald's today. Right. Like compared to McDonald's.
Right. Then
20 years ago, it's probably much better than McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, and it would create that feeling, but it is also, you know, you grew up on the beach, West Coast. I grew up on the beach, East Coast. And so there's a pizza place that's been sold. I guess it's still the same. I know it's sold. And so now that can't, in my own head, like it's lost its thing, but Express Pizza. And I swear that's the best pizza I had down there. But the truth is every time I would have eaten Express, I would have been starving, probably really cold, and have just surfed for like 2 hours. And I just walked off the beach barefoot and walked into this pizza place. So like that series of things made it
fantastic.
Yes. There was a drugstore that when you get really far away from stuff, these stores, whether it be south or north, they have a bunch of combinations things. There's like an old general store-ish type place that had literally like an ice cream. What do you call what did they used to call them? Like a soda fountain type place. The ice cream, and they had this broasted chicken, and it was in Maine, and same thing. Like we were dead tired, like whatever. We walked in, and I swear that's the best like chicken I've ever had. But it was probably just that I was starving, and like cold. You know what I mean? And I ate something. I was like,
needed it,
and I needed it, and so it was better. But are there any things that you've gone back to years later that it is the way you remember it? You know what I mean? Like.
Very few. There was actually a really good podcast for Carbone, which is like this really fancy Italian place. And the guy was talking about like his goal. He said there's two ways to go with the restaurant. Like if you're talking like not just fast food. He said one is to be avant-garde and trying to be something different or something that no one's ever had or mixing two things together. Or the other is to try and make the best version of like something you're comfortable with. Like you go in there and you have spaghetti and meatballs and you want it to be the best version of spaghetti and meatballs, even though it's something that you can cook at home or that your mom cooked, but that's what you want to do. Or the other option is you go and you make like some crazy concoction of, you know, sardines and cream cheese, you know, whatever, this like weird thing that's supposed to taste like. I've never had that taste before. And so he was talking about that. Like that's his goal. He chose to go the route of like consistency. And that like it's that warm hug where like
you take the comfort foods but make them awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Which was kind of an interesting idea because we actually went to dinner for our anniversary a couple weeks ago, and we went to some place that's been talked up for years and like kind of always been on the bucket list. And we got done and we both looked at each other and we're like, check it off the list. Don't ever need to return to there. Yeah. And so it's always tough to like
you know who always again, it's got to be there. There is some level of relationship in this statement, but when we go to Helm, when we go to my buddy Kev's restaurant, I am amazed every time. Now, part of it is I'm amazed at this kid who like I watched learn how to make like French fries in, like the little oven at the shore is now somehow able to cook all these crazy things. But the other thing is, because it's him, I'll push the boundaries of what I'll eat because he's making it, you know what I mean? So I try and be like reasonable because it's that type of a restaurant where he combines all crazy things and comes up with something. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he has made, like the crazy, like those carrots and then there's the potatoes. And I was like, what is it? He was like, it's a scalloped potato. I was like, no, that's not. I don't know what you did there.
I've eaten a lot of scalloped potatoes in my life. They don't taste like that.
They don't taste like that.
That's not what that is.
And so, that's one. But then you said, then there's the other side, like Ye Olde Ale House, right? That's just a roast beef sandwich. They just cut roast beef and they put, I put an end cut on it and a little bit of au jus and some provolone and that's it. There's nothing complicated. It's the same every time.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's so amazing about like people, like I love food, is that I could go somewhere crazy and I'll order something. I'm not going to go crazy with the limits like Ford would or Aaron Tamara would, or we could just go get a burger and I'd be fine. And I would be just as happy with either one.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like I generally like, I like a nice meal, but I generally am like just as fine having like a beer and a cheeseburger.
So. I would say like 90% of the time I'd rather go for the cheeseburger route. Yeah. But I was thinking of actually like to New Holland and like, I don't know of any place for right now, but like when the pub used to be there. And I know that like probably there was like 100 health code violations, but like I love that place. Like for some reason I would go there and like their burgers were really good and all that stuff.
The pub was great for a long time.
Yeah.
And then like as it started to go, the place in Leola was really good for a little while.
Funk's?
It was Vanola.
Oh, yeah. When they moved over there or whatever it was for a little bit.
Yeah, because I think it was like some of the kitchen staff went to the other place because the management at the one was going downhill. And then same thing. That one was really good for a while and then slowly started to not be good.
Well, you took me to that burger place.
I think it's where Fox Meadows is now.
It's an ice cream place now. They completely redid it.
Yeah, the ice cream joint. Yeah.
What was the place in Douglasville?
Oh, Doho, Douglasville Hotel.
Yeah, that the roof you have to duck, and Brian, you'd have to crawl maybe to get in there. But they had like 100 burgers to pick from. They were all crazy burgers.
That's cool.
You know a place that I go back to, and every time I go, it is exactly the way. It's just as good as I remembered. It's Jaime's.
Yeah.
So Jaime's is just like little deli in it's not that small, but it's deli in Narberth.
Yeah.
Or I think it's Narberth, and it's. I could go in there blindfolded, order it. I don't even need to go in. I could order it from right here. I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
But it is exactly the same. And they have some crazy. One of my funniest memories is my dad loved ice cream, and he honestly, genuinely thought a half gallon was an appropriate size that he was going to eat. My dad was thinner than me. My dad was always thin, and he would, even as a kid, like if my mom bought ice cream, he would take the ice cream once everyone was asleep and just sit down and like watch the Phillies and eat a half gallon of ice cream. He thought that was a reasonable serving size. And so we went there, and I went there. I love the Mensch is a turkey club in this little Jewish deli. And then they have this chocolate cake that's like a 3-tier, 4-tier chocolate cake that's just, you need like a gallon of milk to be able to, it's so much sugar.
Yeah.
But they have a dessert called the kitchen sink. And it's every flavor of ice cream they have with every topping they have. Oh, and they put it in like the salad bowl that they make the 1905 salad in. That's how big this is. It's probably a 24-inch. It's shareable. You can't eat this yourself. And
unless you're his dad.
No, we took him there, and he was like, "This is a crazy amount of ice cream." And I was like, "This is." The girls called him Pop Up. I was like, "This is Pop Up telling you this is ridiculous." And he eats half gallons of ice cream, and we have a picture of the girls. They're real little and eating, and they're like covered in ice cream.
Yeah.
And my dad's sitting there smiling, like eating this ice cream. And it's a memory I have in my head. But Jaime's is the place for me. Jaime's is always exactly the same. There's a lot of places I love to go, but
is it still the same ownership?
It is.
Yeah. So that I think is one of the keys to longevity, right? Yeah. Is when owners and then like you said earlier, it happens. Like these folks do something awesome for a long time, and then they get to a point where they don't want to do it anymore. Rightfully so.
Tapping out.
Yeah. So sometimes when that ownership transitions, you're like, oh, like it's still the same place, but is it the same?
Right.
So yeah.
Well, and McMillan said that in the interview. McMillan's the like lady who, I think they're third or fourth generation, but this lady, she said like my whatever it is great grandmom said, I never want the recipe sold. She said, so that's why we didn't sell the bakery. We just shut it down. Once there was nobody else who wanted in the family,
that wanted
who wanted to take it over. We were shutting it down. We're not selling the recipes, even though recipes have gotten out because some of the like people that work there.
But you think about that, like as much as maybe fast food has a bad rap, we all eat it because of time. But the amount of work that goes into trying to make sure that it's consistent across 6,000 properties is crazy.
Yeah, with many owners because they're all franchises.
Well, because buddy of mine works for Wawa or did work for Wawa, and like he was in their test kitchen area, and he's like, it's amazing how many things we practice on, and like it's a great item, but it won't heat right. It won't come out
the
right.
same way.
Right. You can't replicate. You can't trust to replicate it under the conditions you're going to need to.
Yes. Yeah. And so like they modify it so much to make sure that, you know what, you go to Taco Bell and get the chicken quesadilla, it's going to be the same thing no matter where you go. I mean, now.
When's the last time you had Taco Bell?
A couple weeks ago, actually.
Yeah.
Just because it's so close to us here.
I have not had Taco Bell in years.
I had it like, it's probably been about a month, maybe a month ago. And
this is not good for you guys.
No. I
stayed away from most of the stuff up the street, but like one day it was just like, I didn't know anything to do.
The other little taco place. But, but I mean, if I'm going to walk somewhere, it's Taco Bell's across the fence, you know? So, but I had it like a couple weeks ago and it was fine. It was Taco Bell. Yeah. But I was traveling. I forget where I was coming from or going to.
It's one of your 18-hour drives?
I don't know because Addie was in the car with me.
Okay.
So Addie was in the car with me and we were meeting Allie and Aiden and Gwen, Aiden's girlfriend. And so there's a Taco Bell in Harrisburg, like right off the exit there, right off the Turnpike exit. And all right, so we're gonna meet there because we're gonna keep coming east, but they're going north. And we're sitting there, and Addie's like, "Hey, have you ever had the churros from Taco Bell? Have you ever tried these?" It's not something I would ever have been like, "Oh, I gotta go to Taco Bell for the churros."
Yeah,
they're not a traditional churro. They're almost like a little cinnamon sugar donut type thing.
Okay.
They are so good. Oh my gosh. The craziest thing was we're in the drive-thru, right? And the lady's like, I was like, yeah, can we get the churros? Because Addie was like, yeah, order the churros. And she wanted a Baja Blast, right? And she's
Taco Bell.
Yeah, all right. That's like that's gotta be like you get like a double-decker taco, some churros, and a Baja Blast. That is like
that's their common
Taco
order.
Bell 101.
Yeah. It's like Little Caesar's Crazy Bread.
The lady's like, how many do you want? And I was like, well, what's an order? And she's like, well, you can get 2 or you can get 12.
So like, wow, not what? Like in between.
Yeah, it's got to be 12.
Yeah, it was 12 for sure. It was 12, and 12 was definitely the right call. But
2.
I was like, everything else comes in like 2s, 4s, 6s, whatever. Like, yeah. 2s or 12s. That's it. Yeah. Those are your only options.
A taster or a full order of it, basically.
Yeah. So if you happen to be wandering and don't know what to do, talk about churros.
That's very interesting because actually we were talking about other places earlier. Like a lot of places can't do desserts. Like if they do really good restaurant, they don't do like, you know what I mean? Like that's not like they really focus on their proteins and stuff like that. Then their desserts are kind of either afterthoughts or whatever it is.
Right.
Because we were talking about it. I don't know how many times people reference it, but like the old apple pies.
Oh, the McDonald's
apple pies that you could not burn your mouth. Like there is no human way because
but they were so good.
And I don't even know if they still make them. I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time.
Aaron tried to tell me I have had a McDonald's apple pie in the last like 6 months because Aaron said they went back and started making them the same. And I was like, this can't be true. I don't even think they'd be allowed.
The amount of lard or whatever.
They
have a version
similar.
of it.
They have a version of it. It is similar. It is not the same. But Mike had said, my brother Mike had said, and I think I'm getting this right. Is it when they really used to do it? They used to fry stuff in beef tallow or something.
I have no idea.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, but
it's what my brother said, and he said they went back to doing it again. That's the difference. Is something changed governmentally, I think, and they're allowed to do it. There was some story behind it, and I could be completely off on it, but that was the version of it that he got, and I was like, it's close. But my best McDonald's apple pie story is again in Maine. The only place a McDonald's could fail is all the way north in Greenville, Maine. So at the top of the hill, you come over the hill, and there's this amazing view where you can see the entire Moosehead Lake, which is, I mean, it's the biggest lake in Maine. It's visible on the map. It is huge, and it roughly looks like the head of a moose with giant antlers. and you come over the hill and there's the Indian Hill store and you can see this lake, and they built a McDonald's there, and it was a McDonald's Express, and we're talking 30 years ago. So it was just a drive-through, nowhere to sit except for outside.
I was like, what is that? What's an Express?
Yeah. There was nowhere to sit because they knew they weren't going to support a restaurant, but they thought they could, the traffic going out into the wilderness. And one of the times we were there, they had the apple pies 2 for $1, but they weren't set up to bake stuff. Like, because remember they went to baked apple pies for a while? So they fried them. It was the right thing.
Yeah.
And we found out, and my grandfather, my pop got so mad because he would make these like great Italian dinners, like all homemade from scratch. And we'd be like, get done eating. He's like, where are you going? And we're like,
we got it.
And we'd come back with like me and my 3 siblings come back with like 14 pies. How many pies do you have? 14. We'll take them all right now. We're all going to eat. Like
we're buying you out.
He would be so mad. He'd be like, why are you eating this junk? And I was like, do you understand? We can't, this is like a time machine.
Yeah.
We can't get this at home. It doesn't exist anymore. You're not allowed to have fried pies.
That's hilarious.
Speaking of an Express, has anybody been to a Wawa Express? I've seen a couple of them, but I've never gone to one yet.
No, is that the same idea?
It's a drive-through. I don't think you can go in the store.
So like Swiss Farms.
I guess I've seen them on the highway, but I've never actually.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Yeah.
I saw a Chipotle with a drive-through the other day, which is they have a few of them.
Well, it's like Panera drive-through.
Like, just feels like a weird thing. Like like the Subway drive-through. Like you're supposed to like
pick your items.
You know? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I guess everybody's supposed to use their app too, and I don't do that.
I don't do that either.
Are you not baffled when you? So again, because of convenience, like I'll go to McDonald's now and again. And
I do the Starbucks app. Because
do you order that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they'll say like you pull up and I'm at the drive-thru and they said like, would you like to order with the app? And I'm like, I'm
right here,
but I'm very confused. I'm in
here. I'm in person.
If I wanted to order with an app, wouldn't I have like gone to there's parking spots for that?
Wouldn't I have done that earlier?
I shouldn't have done. Yeah, I'm just going to sit in your line and use the app. I don't understand it at all.
I don't understand that.
Well, it's reducing people.
Well, could you order on the app and pick up in the drive-thru?
No, you would. There's a spot to park to pick up if you use the app.
Oh,
I think I never use I don't have the app.
I don't know.
Having the McDonald's app would be.
Yeah.
That's when Don says about it's a problem unto itself. That's if I had the McDonald's app, that's a problem unto itself that I'll have to go see Donaldson about. He's going to talk to me about it because I should not have that app.
Well, I will say we're completely switching, but apps. If you're going to put an app out, make it right. Bucks does a good app, right? Like, I mean, it works well. Like, you can do stuff on it. But like Wawa, I refuse to use their app because every time I'm in line, there's somebody in front of me taking 20 minutes to find their app on their phone. And like, I'm like, what are you going to get? A free coffee in 3 weeks? Like, come on. Like, you're holding up 12 people. Like, do you have one? It's like, no, I just want to move. I want to buy my item and leave.
Yeah. It's the only time I will do the Wawa app, but not like for the rewards. It's only
when you order ahead of time.
Pre-order. Like, so,
when you're doing the sandwiches,
taking sandwiches to the guys and stuff like that, I'll order 20 sandwiches. I don't want to stand there and wait for them to make 20 sandwiches, so I try and like time it up.
Oh, they're like, well, just take the thing on the keychain. I'm like, I don't want a cluttered keychain. I like my keys without anything on them.
So I have the app for the same reason as Brian. Yeah. And what I find the problem actually is Wawa has like a Faraday cage on their stores. The internet doesn't work well in there, so you have to have it up.
Before you walk in.
Otherwise, I walk in and the all of a sudden, like my internet slows down, and I'm like,
I think that's definitely a thing. I'm not saying Wawa specifically, but I think some places, like you go into like a Walmart, they don't want you price shopping while you're in the store.
So they're killing that signal.
Yeah,
you can get a text message through, but don't try and use the internet. In there.
So we rotated offices, right?
Yeah.
Again, as we do, it's like a merry-go-round. And Scott's like, I can't get any signal in your office, which is funny because I can't get any signal in the office downstairs, but I was fine in mine.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know, my phone works fine in here. So it is funny how the phones are like different phones are temperamental to it.
Yeah, he's got to connect to that the antenna.
Yes,
it's easy. I forget what you do, but there's it's like pound 572
or something.
I don't know what it is, but
we did it a long time. I'll have to call the IT guy and have him come over and explain it to Scott.
I could Google that. So have the IT guy Google that for you.
So I don't know. We've been all over the place, covered a bunch of foods here.
Yeah,
Brian did not say, Brian, one
know.
place that you go back to that it's the way you remember it.
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not.
What about so? What do you think? I mean, you brought him in a bunch of times. Achenbacher.
Achenbach's Long Johns. Yeah.
Are they the same?
Oh yeah. Okay. That's the same. That's
okay. Because the place has changed. Like, you used to be a little hut, and now it's like this big thing.
The Achenbach Long Johns.
Oh yeah, it definitely did not look like it does now.
Yeah,
it was just like basically a bakery counter when I remember first going there as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the Achenbach's is like a go-to when it comes to the donuts, the Long Johns. That's been the same forever.
Yeah.
I still get Tom with those.
Yeah.
If I stop and get him, he's like, I shouldn't eat that. But I know you're going to, Tom. I know it's going to be delicious.
I don't know. I don't go out. Like, I don't go back to places.
Brian's
I mean, there's definitely
Chipotle.
That's my favorite go-to. No.
You know, a place like in Pittsburgh, even like you guys go once a year or something. Like when you're out there over the summer, you don't have like a place, or you just kind of try different places all the time.
Trying to play, we're kind of like wherever.
All right.
Just like open up Yelp, find a new spot, or they changed a lot out there.
Yeah, we do. I mean, there's definitely places that like I remember and have gone to multiple times because I remember it. Like Giordano's in Chicago. Like that's fun, and that's like always the same. I don't even know that it's that good. It's just like what you expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't say there's anywhere that I'm like,
gotta get there.
Yeah, no, maybe I'll think about it when we're done talking.
It'll be in another podcast.
When you guys were in Savannah a couple of times, you didn't find like a spot down there.
Savannah's awesome. I do love Savannah,
but there wasn't like a spot that you guys kept hitting up.
There's definitely spots that I've gone to over and over again. Like what's the place that does like the exotic steaks?
Yeah.
That place is wild. That's a fantastic little bar restaurant.
Yes,
and they do exotic steaks, which I like. Whatever, I could take or leave the actual exotic steak part, but that restaurant is really good.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I love the Pink House in New Orleans. Like every time we're in New Orleans, we go to go to the Pink House. So, but.
Yeah, what's the other one down there that?
No, that's in Savannah. Pink House is Savannah.
Pink House, no, Savannah. The Palace. What's Palace place is in?
Oh yes, the seafood
Commander's Palace.
Commander's Palace. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like there's this little place in Norfolk that we went to. We went to it one day, like found it by mistake. We were down there for like 3 days, and then I think we went back every day for lunch because it was like that good. Yeah. But I have no idea. I mean, I could find a place, but the name of it, no idea.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, what's the place? I'm like, I don't know. You go down the street, you take a right, you go down 2 blocks, it's on your left-hand side.
I'm going to correct myself, by the way, because I said it initially, and I did switch it to a tequila brand. It's Don Kilos.
Okay.
Don Kilos. So if you're in Barcelona, you go there.
You ask for Don Julio anywhere else, they're going to give you a shot.
You're not going to be disappointed if you ask for Don Julio's, but it's not going to be pizza.
Okay, fair enough.
Don Julio 1944, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You drink enough of it, you might even think you had pizza.
You might even think pizza was on the menu. Yeah. All right, now I'm hungry. We should go find lunch.
We should go find something to eat.
Thanks for joining us today, folks. We hope that you got something here and that you come back for another episode.